Hi everybody, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. Just gonna try to do a quick video as quick as I can. I'm going to just give you my overall thoughts on the the Aorus 15G-YC RTX 3080 laptop that I have there in the bottom left. Make it a little bit bigger, I guess. I'm recording with two different devices right now, so I'm going to have to edit the video later. I'm trying to put them together somehow. But anyway, so just to give you my overall review of it, it's a nice laptop, but it has some, I guess what you could say, some issues, right? Number one, it's not a desktop replacement, so don't expect it to be. Number two, it's a low wattage laptop. There's going to be some perception of weakness because of that, right? When you hear RTX 3080, right, you're thinking, powerful, right? That's not exactly what you're going to get here. Because the RTX 3080 laptop GPU is not based off of the RTX 3080 desktop chip. Okay, it's based off of the RTX 3060 chip. Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong there. So I'm pretty sure that's it. I should have double checked, but whatever. It's not based off of the 102 or whatever the big chip is. So what you're getting basically is a full-fledged RTX 3060 chip. Okay, which is a lot more powerful than the base 3060. You have over 6,000 CUDA cores, so that's good. You have again, I have to double check on the RT and the tensor cores. I'm assuming you're getting more of those, but I haven't been able to find out information on that yet. So you're going to be getting a beefier chip for sure, but it's not going to be anywhere near the desktop strength. Is going to be the biggest failure of these laptops is this RTX 3080 chip. Because when you buy this laptop, you're thinking you're getting a really beefy chip, right? You're not getting a 2070 Super or 2080 Super, right? You're getting a 3080. So that's what you're thinking. Now the thing does perform well, at 1080p, and I did the 1440p test, which are on my channel. So it does well at 1440, but in a lot of the cases it doesn't even perform as good as a 2080 Ti. Okay? So that's kind of a disappointment. It should have at least performed, even in a laptop, as good as a 2080 Ti. That's just my opinion. I'm not an engineer, so I don't know how they have to put this stuff together. That's all I got to say about that. Now, as you can see on my little picture here, I paid under like $19.99 for mine. And you can see that on Amazon, people are selling them already for $2,529. So what I'm going to tell you clearly here is do not pay that price. What I would say is don't pay any more than what I paid for it, which is $19.99. It's not worth it. Go get a RTX 3070 laptop for $1,700 or whatever they cost. Okay? Now again, they won't be as strong as the 3080, but they'll be pretty good if you just want a game. If you want to do video editing, I would say get this one because it's got the extra 2,000 CUDA cores, so you're going to do things a little faster there. So I guess that's all I have to say about that. I wrote into NVIDIA and gave my thoughts. Whether they're going to listen to somebody like me, I don't know. I told them that they need to work on maybe trying to suck out some more performance out of these laptops because, in my opinion, like I'm feeling it right now, the air that's coming out is warm, I mean, you could say it's getting close to the kind of hot side, but that's only if you put your hand directly against the fans. You know, the cooling solution in here is pretty good, so I think that they could suck out some more wattage. But the problem is I think when they build these laptops, they put the restrictions on there so that it's not going to go above a certain wattage. It's not going to, you know, the voltage isn't going to go down. It's only going to go down so far because it looks like they do undervolt it to try to get the wattage up. Well, if you look at the upper right-hand corner in the game, like I have this set at like a high resolution, and I put ray tracing on just so it can work it. You can see that the voltage is changing there, 0.8, 0.7, and that's usually where it stays, okay? You can't see my face, but, and you can also see the megahertz. It's clocking at about 1400 megahertz. It's running at 80 degrees. The utilization is at 98%. The CPU is at like hovering between 35 and 40. So, you know, with ray tracing on in this game on Ultra with DLSS quality, it's running at 37 frames per second. That's at 1440, I believe. Yeah, 1440. And the graphics are, you know, ray trace, ultra, DLS quality. So, and I got all the ray tracing features on. So you have those restrictions there. It's not going to really move too much between that. Now, it does go up to over 90, like right now it just went up to 93 watts. So it will go above the 80 watt limit, right, to about 95. I don't know if I've seen it go above that. So hopefully they'll work with the vendors and the drivers to maybe try to get some more performance out of these 3080s, because you know they just seem, you know, they're very good for a laptop. It's way more powerful than my other laptop, but again, you would hope that there was a little bit more in the 1440p range, even though they only have a 1080 laptop screen. They're not made for 1440. So, you know, maybe I'm asking too much. So let me get the camera. See if I can get the fans ramped up a little bit here. Because this is really, for some reason, it's the frames per second's a lot lower. I think because of the lighting, maybe, I'm not sure. So this is with the game. This is with the game running at 1440 with RT on Ultra DLSS quality, and it's running at 36 frames per second. Okay, that's RT on. And I'll let you hear the fans. Now that's with the camera like very close to it. That's away. So it's not, that's right up against it. So it's not really that bad, you know. Okay, the other thing that I'm going to do is play some music here. I'll just leave the game running. I don't think it's going to matter. So at 1080p, it's running at 52 frames per second. That's with ray tracing on Ultra, DLSS on quality. So it's like 20 frames per second more at 1080p. So, you know, you can run it. Alright, let me quit this. So if you didn't know the laptop specs here, it's got RTX 3080 GPU, 8 gigs of VRAM, Intel 10th Gen Core i7 1087H, that's an 8-core 16-thread processor. It's got 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's a 15-inch screen, like 15.6 or whatever. And it comes with a 1 terabyte drive. It comes with a 1080 screen with a 240 hertz refresh rate. So it's a pretty fast screen, I guess. And whatever, the other stuff is just not really that impressive. Comes with WindForce Infinity Next Gen cooling for laptops. Whatever that means, right? So, anyway, alright, let's do some sound tests here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some music. I want to show you this. I'm going to also put this on the edited version so you'll see it again anyway. So on my laptop over here, I have a decibel meter, which probably isn't the most accurate. But if I do like a constant tone, that would be like me talking normally, I guess. I got a pretty loud voice, kind of. So it's around 40 decibels. We'll just say 40 is normal. Okay. So I'll play some music here. Now the laptop, as you can see from the camera, is right next to, like, here's the 3080 laptop, and there's my old gaming laptop. And I guess I could probably, you know, hold the camera here. So what I'll do is I'll play a tune. It's not going to be the most accurate because this thing just flops around too much. It changes constantly. So it's kind of hard to tell what an average is. I guess if we put on the chart, you'll be able to see, like, you know, how high it is. So this is like kind of, you know, the sound is coming this way. The mic is over this way, though, for that. So, you know, if this picks it up pretty good, then it would be like picking up my voice. Okay, so my video got cut off there, so I hope it didn't get cut off too far back. Alright, so I'm doing the sound test now, and I'm just going to play some music. What happened here? Why did this get cut off? Always technical difficulties, right? Alright, so I'm going to play some music. So we said that like 35 to 40 is about normal for me talking. So let's see what it is. I don't know why it's so low. It shouldn't be so low. That's why I said it's not super accurate for some reason. Like my talking right now, Let's try it again. See, that's accurate, where it's saying it's in the 40s. Yeah, I don't know why I don't think the mic on the laptop is very good. But if I shut it off and turn it back on, you'll see that it's probably in line with like my voice. Anyway, yeah, so I would vouch that it's going to be at least the, you know, it's going to be at least as loud as my voice. So the last thing that I wanted to show you was, again, how like the blowers on the laptop all blow the hot air out the back, right? They suck in the side and the bottom and blow out the back. So in order to do that effectively, they didn't put any connectors on the back. Okay, so this was one of the things that I had to get used to with this, because I'm used to having a lot of the cords plug in the back. Okay, so this only has 3 USB ports. It does have a display port and an HDMI port, and of course a network port, and it's got a fire, whatever you call that connector, metal block, and it's got a card reader. So yeah, let me just show you like how things are set up here. So as you can see, how I have it here, I got my display port, my camera, network cable, my little USB storage, another USB connector. It's got the card reader here. I got my thing all around here. So you can see the card reader here, the fire port here, I guess that's what that is. It's got the power connector, intake. Okay. This is the headphone jack here, network cable, display port, USB, another intake, and then the USB for the camera here. Okay, I mean, it's not a bad looking laptop. I mean, it's got some pretty cool design here, you know, kind of futuristic. It's got the nice little, you know, grate there, or whatever you call that. The camera is there, and it's got a little privacy thing there. This crappy camera, really, because you got to kind of be like standing like right in front of it, like this, you know, in order for it to like see you properly. Otherwise, it's like just getting top of your head. So I don't want to close this because I don't want it to shut down. Alright, and then in the back, if it doesn't unplug on me, outtakes here. Let's see if we can get a wide shot here. Yeah, over here and over here. And then, I don't know, there's nothing here, so I'm not, I guess they could have put something here, but I think that's just there for a reason. I haven't taken it apart yet. It's got the light in the back. You can see the light here. Here's another further picture of the back. This is the back. This is the intakes over here. You know, it's not a bad looking laptop. And then of course it's got the glowy keyboard, RGB keyboard. Let me There we go. RGB keyboard. Now the keys here, I don't know if I'm gonna mess anything up here, are not, they're like they're not the mechanical ones, of course, right? They're just really light, soft. This is how I like my keys, personally, you know, but some people don't like it, don't like them that way, I know. But I use an extra keyboard, so I use one of these. But for my laptop, I like these kind. So I have this Logitech one I use. So I never really use this most of the time because I like to preserve it. You got the mouse pad here, which is pretty big. You may want to shut that off and, you know, use something different. I can try to flip this thing. Let's see if we can get a shot here. There it is. So that's the bottom. So that's all intake. Okay, so you don't want to cover that. So it's got a pretty good airflow system for the most part, you know. So I'm pretty happy with it. Okay. Alright, so, you know, I don't know what else I could tell you about it. I mean, everything is good about the laptop. Like, it's not a bad laptop, but it's like, I think the thing that's going to just irk people is the RTX 3080. You know, it's like, at the very least, it should be running 1440p games, you know, at 100 frames per second. And even though it runs 1440p ultra settings at like, you know, 75 to like 85, obviously it depends on the game. A really old game, it's probably going to be able to run them really good. But like if you're talking about brand new games like Cyberpunk and, you know, any of the brand new games that came out, you know, whereas the desktop version would run everything at like, you know, probably over 100 frames per second at 1440. This RTX 3080 will not do that. Unless maybe you turn the settings down to like medium. But even then, you still come into the problem of the bottleneck, right? Because even if it's capable in theory of going above 100 frames per second, the problem is going to be the cutoff, right? The wattage limit, the voltage limit. So the laptop is still going to cut off the wattage at a certain point. So that in itself is going to limit your frame rates. So I don't know why it came with a 240 hertz screen. I mean, maybe it can play those competitive games, you know, at 1440. Maybe we can just run a quick game now. I mean, I can try to see, I can try to put something else on, but I don't know. I have my hard drives filled up already. So I really only have like, I don't have any like competitive games. I don't know if because have extended displays here, I don't know if it's going to be like, messing with the refresh rate or not. Let me just shut off this video and then I'm going to turn it back on just so that we don't have any interruptions. Alright, so I'm just gonna run like 1 or 2 games just to show you the mouse look is quite wrong here. It's a little better. So I have the Call of Duty games, but the problem is I don't have any more space in this hard drive. So I had to download something that was small enough that might give you some kind of like reference to a competitive game. So right now this is at 1080p at high settings. It's running at 200 frames per second. So, you know, that might give you some idea of like what you're going to get as far as competitive gameplay. I mean, I'm just starting out playing this game. I haven't played this in years, so I really just am really bad at it. And I picked probably a class I shouldn't have, but whatever. So, again, you can see the gauge at the upper right-hand corner. It's got the performance overlay. It gives you the frames per second. The GPU clock, the memory clock, the temperatures, the voltage, the GPU power wattage, which will never go over like say 95, I don't think. Sometimes it'll go up to 94 as you see there, but what do I want? I think I'll try the escape. How do I use this thing? Oh, E, really? Wow, this is really weird. Well, I can't use the mouse. Block? Oh, that's really awkward. I don't like the fact that you attack with the numbers. That's really far away. I'm gonna have to practice quite a lot. So running, I'm at 170-ish, 180.
Tenor flows like fire over the battle terrain. Do you remember how to dash up walls?
Salvage team, why have you not reported in?
I'm gonna fight the boss guy, I guess.
You made it. There's the extraction chip.
Come on now.
It is too easy. Play with this. This one has your name on it. This will hurt.
Very annoying, this guy. I'm not even. What's the immune? My pool? He's immune to my pool. Very awkward fighting. I feel so weak.
I offer you glory, and you choose me? My decrepit heart is pounding. This one is stronger than the rest. Lock the area down. This Tendo is mine.
Quick, get to the console and release the lockdown. Do that, and I will guide you to your old ship. It's your only chance.
The Queens want to destroy you, but I need to know more.
I can't use my power. A little confused. I can't use my number one. Still at 190. 95 watts. Ooh, what do we got here? Love me a little boat, man. didn't see. Oh! Oh my god. I'm so used to games like not letting you, like, you know, fall off the edge. That's why I'm being kind of careless. Now what? I'm gonna die. I wonder if I can get in the water now. Where is he? Her head came off. I don't know, what am I supposed to do? Okay, that was it.
Stop touching me, you... What? Are my senses deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Enemy reinforcements are here. Ship Cephalon will require immediate extraction.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Tenno, are you afraid? You cannot hide from these old eyes. I've marked you. You will return to me.
Oh. Oh, not again. Guess I can pull it with shield. Okay. So cutscenes at 200 and 300 frames per second. They just kind of come out of nowhere, man. Okay, this is the way I came in. I always like looking for secrets. But I imagine... I have no idea what I'm picking up. Guess that's it.
You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
I didn't see the X last time. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, the elevator? Okay. Nope. Oh. Avoid alerting enemies. Really? I need toggle crouch, man. I'm gonna be doing that. I hate holding down control. I don't see where does it say crouch? I don't see it. Oh, that's PC type. I don't know. I gotta figure out if there's a toggle crouch. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna end it here. It's been like a half hour, so I think that's probably enough. I don't think this will be a problem playing competitive games at 1080p.
I'm HC
Oh, what is that? Didn't even do my name right.
When you are ready, proceed to the navigation console.
Gotta do this all over again. Alright. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. So, you know, again, the laptop is good. Hello, I'm back again. Sorry if the video got cut off suddenly. I ran out of hard drive space. So that's one of the things, like when you get this laptop, if you're going to be playing a bunch of games right away, you're going to fill up your hard drive really fast. But it's kind of cool that that happened. I got cut off because I was remembering I wanted to talk about resizable bar. So if you want to see, so I just read that the laptops are already come, at least the 30, 60, 70, and 80 laptop GPUs already come with resizable bar support. So that's just basically a technology where the GPU and the CPU can work, transmit data to each other quicker. So, and in bigger chunks. So, just to make a long story short, you can read up on it. Now, I didn't realize that this had it, so I wasn't really testing for it. So all you do is you go into the NVIDIA control panel. I'm not sure what just happened. What's going? Oh, go to the control panel, which is here, and then up here where it says Help, I think it'll say System Information. Okay, if you can see my mouse here. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see. Oh, I don't know why you can't see that. All right, well, so anyway, let me close this. Huh, it's weird. You can't see the it won't show the top. That's really weird. Okay, well anyway, above this top bar here, there is another bar which says File, Edit, Desktop, 3D Settings, Help. So you click on the Help tab, and then go to System Information, and then boom, there it is. And then I'll make this bigger for you so you can see it a little easier. And you can see on there that resizable bar is already on. And the other thing I saw too was the maximum graphics power is 105. So in theory, if you can get the laptop to draw more that much power, then it will draw up to that much power. So see, this is the thing right here that really is disappointing. 384 gigabits per second on the memory bandwidth, but the RTX 2080 Ti I think comes with GDDR5X. So I'm not sure how much slower that is compared to GDDR6, which is what this card has. But nonetheless, the memory bandwidth is less than what the RTX 2080 Ti is. So, and that might be because the 2080 Ti has a 300 and whatever it is, 84-bit bus or whatever it is. This one's only got a 256-bit bus. So, you know, it says the memory data rate is only 12 gigabits per second. You know, that's way less than the desktop version. It still runs good. I mean, it's got 6,144 CUDA cores. So I mean, it definitely has what, like 2,000 more CUDA cores than the RTX 2080 Ti. So I mean, it technically has more components, you know, than the 2080 Ti, but you know, it's just unfortunately really restricted. I'm hoping that again they work with the vendors to somehow extract more performance out of these things, at least the 2080 Ti, because that one should be blowing the 3070 laptop version out of the water. I mean, and I don't think it is, but I haven't tested two side by side. But you know, like I said, it'll be good to play competitive games, you know, at 1080p at high frame rates, or at least in the upper hundreds, I would imagine. If not 200s, depending on the game. Like obviously, you know, the older competitive games, like some of the older Call of Duties, you know. So, All right. Well, anyway, I don't think there's really much else I can talk about right now. I mean, I'm happy with the laptop, but I wish it was I wish the graphical part of it performed a lot better. Okay. So I'm not upset, but I wish that they would have named. They should not have named these chips. I don't think 3070 and 3080. Like 3060, fine, because that's the chip that it comes with. That's what it is, a 3060 chip. What I would have rather them done is like said, I don't know, 3060 Ti for the 3070, right? That would have been better. And then they should have made the 37, they should have made the 3080 that they're saying is a 3080 here. They should have called it something else. I don't know. Not a 3080 because again, it's so far removed from the desktop version. I mean, it doesn't even compare compared to even last generation because there was no 2080 Ti laptop version, right? You had the 2080 Super and the 2070 Super. But when you got a 2080 Super, you weren't expecting 2080 Ti performance and you weren't expecting 2080 Super performance. So here they're saying you're getting an RTX 3080, but you're barely even getting 3070 performance. At least that's from my assessment visually and, you know, doing the benchmarks I did. Again, I didn't test desktop versus this on each one, so I don't know the difference. But all I can tell you is that I know there's a big difference. So is the laptop worth $1,999? Well, it is a thin laptop, so you have to take that in consideration. It's low wattage, so if you're just doing basic stuff, it should last you a pretty long time on a battery, although I didn't test that. It has a good airflow system, so it's not going to overheat, I don't think, ever. Even when you got it, you know, I was playing Cyberpunk, and it wasn't even, you know, it automatically cuts it off, so there's no way it's really going to overheat. It's going to keep that temperature down before it, you know, the warning goes off, so to speak. So because it has a good airflow system, that temperature is not going to get up there as quickly, you know, so it won't throttle it down as fast. You know, you'll be able to get those higher frame rates. You know, the RGB is fine. I showed you the lighting on there. I didn't show you it. You can change it. It does all kinds of weird stuff. The 8-core Intel processor is fine. I don't see any problems with that. I mean, 8 cores, 16 threads on a laptop. I mean, wow. So I'm going to say yes, it's worth $1,999. But if you want a desktop replacement, or if you want a desktop on the go, and you want the performance of a desktop, even for a desktop 3070, this model is not going to do it for you. You're going to have to go ahead and spend the extra $500 or $1,000 for the Max P version of the 3070 or the 3080. That's just my opinion. But I can say that this is a capable gaming machine. Very good. It's still very good. I did all my tests at 1440, so that's kind of what I'm judging it by. But as you saw me playing Warframe, I mean, it was in the upper 100s to 200s, all the way up to 300 frames per second at 1080p. So, but I'm assuming if it can play Warframe at 300 frames per second, then you're probably going to be playing Call of Duty in the upper 100 frames per second. you know, if not higher. I mean, that's, again, I'll probably try to do some tests, but I have to get more storage. I mean, I could just uninstall some games and then just put Call of Duty on there. It's just, they're so daggone big. I mean, just to play the, what is it, Warzone? Just the free version of Warzone is 80 gigs. I'm going, why? And I guess they do that in case, oh, I want to buy the game now, you know, so they don't want you to have to, like, you know, download the whole thing again or whatever. I'm assuming that's their reasoning. Because to me, all you really need to do is just download the core engine and then the maps. That's it. It should be like no bigger than 10 or 20 gigs, but that's not how it is. And that was all the Call of Duty games. I have a couple of them, but I wanted to try them, but that's, you know, I don't have any space. So anyway, thank you for watching the video. I think I'm going to end it here. Is it worth $19.99? I would say yes still. You know, because it's a really great all-around laptop. Alright, anyway, I'm out of here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please check out my affiliate link from G2A Games. They have all kinds of games on there for consoles, PC, Epic Games, you know, Origin, EA. They also have accessories on there. And they have sales, you know, just like any other gaming store. They have sales on games, so check it out. If you're looking for a game and Steam doesn't have it on sale, no one else has it on sale, or if you just want it on Steam, you don't want to buy it on Origin or Epic or any of those other dopey platforms, you know, you might be able to find a Steam key cheaper at G2A because they do run kind of, the prices change all the time. So just be careful using your credit card. I would use like some other kind of way to pay, like PayPal or whatever, those other kinds of third-party pay sites. I personally don't like giving out my credit card information, you know, at other online gaming sellers, you know. That's just me, though. If you're comfortable with that, then that's great. But check it out. Every time you buy something on there, you know, I get a really small, tiny percentage. So I'm trying to build up my channel revenue here. So that's one way you can help. If you don't have cash to give, but you want to buy games every so often, buy them from my affiliate link. That would be great help. And if I do get enough revenue coming in, which I can't promise that, then I'll start doing some giveaways or something like that. You know, I'll start doing something. All right. So anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.